What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of Al Jardín Perdido. Today we'll be planting white sapote from seed. Alright, so germinating white sapote is relatively easy, although it is a little bit different than most fruits due to the fact that it's tropical and in certain circumstances it is susceptible to mold and rot. Given this, I probably wouldn't use the paper towel method because even that in itself has a little too much moisture. But I'm gonna walk you guys through this and it should be pretty easy. All right, so basically to start, you're gonna take the seed out, and it really doesn't have a long shelf life. So it's not something I would like dry out and store for a long time. But I have a seed right here that I just have soaking in water. And I didn't even soak it overnight or anything. It's nice and plump. It's not dehydrated, and yeah, I was eating the fruit nice and fresh just a little while ago. Got the seed, cleaned it out, rinsed all the pulp out, and I just had it staying hydrated in some water. I wouldn't even really leave it in water to soak for more than 8 hours. I know some of you guys like to soak your seeds, including me. Given the nature that it can saturate pretty easily and develop mold and such, I would just make sure it doesn't dry out, but I wouldn't oversaturate it. Let me bring you guys in a little closer and show you what that seed looks like. All right, so this is what your seed is gonna look like. It is related to lemons and limes. It's part of the citrus family. So you will see that reminiscence of citrus there being a relative, and but it is a lot bigger. So when we're potting this, we're gonna make sure it's in some well-draining soil. I already have some here, just your typical potting mix and compost, nice and well draining. Similar to an avocado, you're not going to fully submerge the seed though. I know it looks like a bigger seed and you might be tempted to put it pretty deep in there. The fact that it is susceptible to molds and stuff, I'm going to show you in a second here, but you're really just going to want to lay it horizontally on top of the soil, maybe covering it, just a few millimeters. All right, so we have our soil here, nice, well draining, healthy soil. We have our seed over here, and I was being quite literal in the fact that, you want to secure it, make a little indentation, and the past 4 that I had 100% germination on, I did exactly this. And we'll go ahead and water that in. Okay, so another factor you want to be conscious of is the temperature. If you're going to try to do this indoors, or you're going to try to do it in the winter for any reason, you're going to want to have a heat mat. And at the same token, if you use a heat mat, you're going to want to make sure the soil doesn't dry out too much either. In my case, I'm in Houston, Texas. It's August. I'd say anywhere above 80 is fine, which, fruit is being harvested right now, which makes perfect sense as to why, you'd need warmer temperatures to get things started and germinated. The 4 that I've done already, I did with 100% success rate, but I had those in the carport and pretty heavy shade. But it's been in the triple digits. The temperature in the carport is probably around 90 degrees, 95 at the highest, but it's not getting singed by the sun. So anyway, let me show you the successful ones real quick. Yeah, so here are the successful ones. So yeah, I was pretty stoked on the success rate. There's a number of pretty cool things you could do with these. One, you could use the seedlings themselves and go from start to finish and wait to get fruit, which could probably take forever. Another option is I could use these as rootstocks, and I can even graft my already established variety on them, which is pretty cool. But the other thing is, once these get a little more established, I can graft them onto my already established tree and get fruit much quicker that way. So all in all, they're doing really well. I'm probably gonna move them a little further into the sun and slowly acclimate them to full sun. So yeah, for about 2 to 3 weeks old, they're doing really well right now. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for today's video. Be sure and comment below if you have any additional input or any questions. And if you haven't subscribed by now, consider doing so. I do have a lot of videos of this nature, as well as grafting and other sorts of tutorials. Alright, well again, that's going to do it for today's video. As always, thanks for tuning in. Until next time.